Well, greetings YouTube. It's been a little while since my last video, but for any of you that are familiar with the military, I'm probably back sooner than you expected. For those of you that, didn't watch the previous video, I was joined the Army and I went to basic training. Unfortunately, I had a medical incident and was unable to complete basic training. Really sucks. I'm fine. Don't worry about, oh my god, I'm already better. It's one of those minor things that you only have an issue with at basic training, which gets really annoying. In fact, actually, if this was like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, they wouldn't have even cared. It's just right now they're cutting I think it's 47,000 soldiers have to be cut this year alone, 80,000 total over the next couple of years. So really, they're handing out medical chapters like candy. If they have a reason to, they will not throw you out, but will chapter you out. You have to basically really fight it now. And when I got there I was making a little under 20,000 a year, or I was going to be making. I can make that in the civilian world without having to put up with a lot of that BS. So unfortunately, although I would have loved my job, I had a wonderful job lined up in intelligence. But oh well. Screwed the pooch on that one. Yeah, anyone joining the military, you have to be extra careful when you're at basic training right now, because if you get injured, there's a very good chance they're just going to send you home. They're not going to recycle you or any of that stuff. They're just going to go, you've missed 3 days of training, we're just going to chapter you. Because they have to cut so many people right now. And basically what a lot of the drill sergeants, a lot of the company commanders there, hell, even battalion commanders, really right now have the opinion of every one of you guys that we don't pass means some staff sergeant or first sergeant, not first sergeant, well, maybe first sergeant, or basically some 10-year veteran will probably get to stay in. So make sure you can pass those PT tests. If you're not, really, you should make sure you can get at least 50 points on each. For those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, don't worry, I'm not talking to you. Make sure you can get at least 50 points on all those PT tests, 60 preferred, before you get there. Normally they say they'll train you up. Right now, be careful. People are getting chaptered, which is basically the term for being discharged, way earlier. It used to be you had to wait till you got the white phase before they would discharge you over failing a PT test. I've seen, believe me, a few people that left with me because they couldn't pass it in white phase, which is the second phase of basic training. So be wary. Somewhat very disappointed. I mean, I was hoping to make that a bit of a career, or at the very least do it for a few years, then transition over to the civilian sector. Oh well. I had a really sweet gig too. They were gonna literally train me in a foreign language, and I was gonna be a linguist. Sweet, very awesome thing. Unfortunately, you wind up going to the hospital over some minor thing, and you get chaptered. I.e., you get a discharge. Although it still takes a while. It still takes a couple weeks for the discharge paperwork to go through the entire thing. But honestly, I really wasn't fighting it that hard at all. Once I got there, it was like I said, pay wasn't that great. So it was like, I could probably do this in the civilian sector, and I kind of got stuck with a bad group too. Just a really ill-disciplined group. Way too many people fresh out of high school. And so there was a lot of this bullshit high school antics, and it was like me and the other guys that are a little older just looking at them and going, I can't believe we're stuck with these guys. Because they were not exactly the brightest bunch from high school either, if you catch my drift. Still, I wouldn't not recommend doing the military. It's certainly well worth it. There's a lot of good people there. For as much as I said I was annoyed by the high school antics, if I was younger, I wouldn't have any issue at all because I'd be younger myself. hear my throat's a little gaggly. After Effects, I suppose. But it was a fun experience, and it's such a minor. Again, I don't want to get into my health history here on YouTube, but it was such a minor health issue that I actually can go back in 6 months if I choose. I can just reapply. I'd have to get a waiver, which can be a pain in the ass right now, but we'll see. Other than that, so I will be back though making videos. In fact, I will be posting another one up. I did see John Carter, so I'm going to be posting up a John Carter review right after this, actually. And of course, I'll be around for more stuff. Unfortunately, that means I also don't have the income. Luckily, as I got back, my old job was still open. I already went back and I started working there again, so at least I have some income. But one of the things I was hoping to do with having more money was to buy better equipment, buy better software. But oh well, that might still happen. I've already, first day I got back, I already applied for a couple other places. So, hey, who knows? Maybe I'll find something. Hopefully I'll find something, and I can put a little better quality stuff, or a better quality podcast out. Anyway, thought I'd update everyone. Signing off.